Alright guys, I think it's okay. I mean, I'm live on YouTube and Facebook, and I think it's on Twitch as well. Let me check it out. Is it? Yes. So, long time no see guys. How are you guys doing? I don't need to wear the mask, but you know, still Japanese people wearing a mask outside, inside, so just in case, I don't want to disturb others, so let's wear the mask. Alright, so I think it's been a while from the previous live stream. I did from Niseko, from the skiing, from the ski resort, and also as well as walking around the Niseko area. I think you saw that live stream, and also I make some small videos about the Niseko, so I think you can check it out on YouTube. And now officially the cherry blossom in Tokyo starts to bloom from today. And I supposed to do the live stream tour from yesterday from the Ueno Park, but yesterday the weather was rainy, cloudy, and how do you say, not a good weather. And this week the weather was a little bit. It's supposed to be full bloom today. I think it's gonna be full bloom today, but the weather was bad, and the last week the weather was cold, so still it's not a best of the best time to do the live stream of the cherry blossom from the Ueno Park. So I decided to postpone to this Friday. I'm sorry folks, if you had booked your time for the live streaming. I think most of you guys don't. So but I decided to do some short, maybe an hour and a half walk to around this Kanda area. Of course, watching the cherry blossom as well, but it's not the famous place of the cherry blossom, but it's off the beaten track. So, and also I want to show you some interesting stuff. So let's start to walk. Hello guys, I'll show you my face later. Let me turn around. Yep. So, right now I'm at the Kanda Station. The Kanda Station is one of the business districts in Tokyo. Of course, it's central Tokyo. And then also the Kanda is the old part. I can say it's kind of old quarter of Tokyo. I have a historical, I have a long history, and you can say it's a downtown Tokyo. And also it's a business district, so mostly Saturday, Sunday, it's empty. I mean, less people. Getting to this way, and the train is running above, and underneath those are the small tiny izakaya restaurants. They're all targeting to the business person, so a lot of people working around here. So before they go back home, they have some social drinking party with a colleague or friend, whatever, and go back home by train, right? And Saturday, Sunday, most of the business person work weekdays, so it's meaningless to open the restaurant Saturday, Sunday because no customer. So you feel a little bit, how do you say, that you feel like a little bit empty. I mean, you cannot feel that people are living here, right? And I'm heading to the center of Tokyo. If you come here on the weekday, there are so many, a lot of business person walking around this area. Let's go this way. So several years ago, there was some small street food vendors around this area, but right now you can see those bricks. Those bricks getting old. It's almost 100 years old bridge, so it's getting bad. You can see, right? So they're fixing it right now. Right, let's go this area. Yep, you can see the bullet train, right? The bullet train. I think that's heading to Kanazawa, the north part. Bullet train. Because over there is the Tokyo Station. Let me check the comments. Sanju, konnichiwa, hello. Nana, welcome. Carl, welcome. Martin, welcome, hello. Sweet, hey. Irene, hello. Catherine, welcome. Weekends here at the business district, it's a kind of ghost town. Nobody's here. So, and right now, a lot of people are watching cherry blossom. So, I thought that I thought I will do the live stream from the Ueno Park to show you this cherry blossom, but right now it's packed with people, so I decided to go to the off-beaten track, showing you the cherry blossoms and interesting point spots of central Tokyo that you see that you cannot never go by yourself. Mona, hello. Jeffrey, welcome from Singapore. Julio, welcome. Yes, sweet. I stayed in the hotel near Kanda Station before, lively in the work days, evening with office workers, and from a hotel room, yes, it's lively in the weekdays, work days, but at the weekends, it's empty, right? Because nobody wants to work on Saturday, Sundays. Yeah, yesterday was a bad weather. Today, the weather is supposed to be sunny. Right now it's a little bit cloudy, but it's the best today. The officially, the cherry blossom is a full bloom today. So a lot of people heading to the Ueno Park, Yogi Park, Nakameguro, everywhere. Go out to see the cherry blossoms. Best day. The weather right now. I wear shirts, but it's very warm. The temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius. This is the edge of the Otemachi area, the financial district, and the central of Tokyo. The center of Tokyo. It's a business district. From America to Japan, thank you for the super chat. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for sending me a lot of videos. I'm gonna check it out later. Okay, thank you very much for the super chat. Just for information, that building was my previous office. I was working in the office. All right, let's keep going. All right, some far right-wing guys are here. I don't want to get involved with them. Let's keep going. You can see on the right side the far right wing guys. What's going on? And also the police officers there. Oh, let me get out of here. I don't want to get involved with them, so let's get out of here. Oh my gosh. I don't want to shoot them by my camera. Very scary, guys. I was wondering why there's a lot of police officers. But now I know the reason. Alright, so you can see some cherry blossoms there. Cherry blossom everywhere. Today's offshore day of full bloom. Oh, signal. It's very long signal. What's going on? It's close. It's close. Alright. Say the Edo Avenue. It's an old street. Now I'm gonna cross this way. That's the train, right? The Tokyo Station is over there. Okay, so the demo starts. So I couldn't cross the street. Oh, bad timing. Oh my god. From America to Japan, that's the one of the demo about the Ukraine thing, the war. Yeah, a little bit scary, guys. The far right wing.
プーチンロシアのウクライナ侵略、また宗教によるウイグル、南モンゴル、チベット侵略に反対する抗議の行進です。また我が国はプーチンロシアに北方領土、韓国に竹島を侵略したいとおります。
ちょっと渡っちゃったです。I run away. Yeah, otherwise it will take forever to cross the streets. Yeah, those guys. Let's run away from here. Yes, the far right guys, yes. So I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna run away from here. Alright, so yes, so in Japan, the demo, you need a permission from the police. And if it's a big group, the police is leading them, stopping the car, pedestrians. It's a peaceful, peaceful demo, right? This is Japan. All right. And right now, I'm heading. Oh, so from America to Japan. So we have a land problem with Russia. So they're also complaining about the Russia. Okay. All right. So this is the highway, and now I'm at the riverside called Nihonbashi River, and this is the bridge, new bridge called Tokiwa Bridge. Beautiful bridge, right? It's a river. in Tokyo in 1960s to make the highway to prepare the Olympic. We built the highway above the river. Sweet, yes, that's the bank. We're gonna go there later. The old bridge, and of course there's some Nihonbashi river cruise. Beautiful. So if I come here work, there are a lot of business person here, so I decided today Sunday, let's come here. No people. And now you can recognize some bricks, stone bricks. You know what this remain is? This was the entrance to the Edo Castle. Edo Castle. Right now it's the Imperial Palace, but before the Imperial Palace, in the Shogun era, 17th to 19th century, the Shogun, the top of the samurai, was living in the Edo Castle, of course. And this was the gate to enter the castle, right? This is the outer moat of the Edo Castle, the Edo city. And though this, so you can imagine in the old days there was the building, the gate, huge gate. And this bridge was one of these main street to go to the Nikko. We are gonna walk through later, but in the right now it's covered. The Bank of Japan is on the way. I mean, they block the street, but in the old days this was the old highway to go to the Nikko. So it say that the Tokiwa Bridge, the entrance. So right now still it's under construction, but it was opened recently. Or the bricks. So now I'm inside the officially inside the Edo Castle. The outside is the downtown, and in the old days it head to the shore. Okay? Tokyo is a bay city. It's a tall wood blocks. I'll show you how tall is it with the cherry blossom, right? Let me put down the Jimba. I'll go into the camera, I'll show you. You get there? How tall this base is? So you can imagine that in the old days there was a tower watching out for that enemy is not coming in to the castle. Okay, is the emperor surrounded by the water? Yes, the Tokyo itself is surrounded by the moat, outer moat and inner moat. And this right now, the river we saw, I'm gonna show you later, is the artificial river. It's like a canal to make it like a moat. Yep. This is Kanda. Okay, it's full bloom. You're gonna see it later. More. So today's official day of the full bloom of the cherry blossom, the Somei Yoshino species. Still demo is over there. But you can imagine this is a gate, okay? It's an entrance to the Edo city 300, 400 years ago. And it's still, the bricks are remain. But you can imagine how huge the Edo castle, the Tokyo, the city of Edo was in the old days, 300-400 years ago. And this is the way for the Nihonbashi area. And right now this building is blocking the view, but if you go that way, that's the Tokyo Station. And this one right now is under construction. And this is gonna be the Tokiwa building project. In 2028, the tallest building in Japan will be constructed here. It said at 330-40 meters, around 500 feet. Around 500 feet, I guess. Sorry, I didn't have the numbers in feet, height in the feet, but yeah. It's gonna be the tallest building, and all the places all the buildings will be connected in the underground. So if you get up from the station, you can walk on the ground or you can go understairs. It's all connected, this area, the Tokiwa building. In 2028, the tallest building in Japan will be constructed here. And of course it's taller than that. And if you turn around, some Japanese people know him, but most of the tourists, foreigners doesn't know this guy is. If you know him, you know very well about Japanese history. And he is Eiichi Shibusawa. He born in 1840, and he was one of the most important person of the foundation of capitalization in Japan. So, he born in the last age of the shogunate era, which of the end of the middle age of Japan. And in 1860s, we have the Meiji Restoration. You can check it out, movie Last Samurai. And Japan, we open up our country and we start to westernize and industrialize. And at 1860s, he went to Europe to study and look around the Europe country, investigate how's Europe system, how the economy is, everything. And he came back to Japan. He started to work at the finance Ministry of Finance, and after he quit his job in the government, he started to build a company. The first bank in Japan was created by him, and also he created the Tokyo Stock Exchange. We're gonna see later. So he thought that capitalism is gonna be the future of the country. Of course, in that time, the Western country, America, Europe, the capitalism was growing, right? And he built a lot of companies. Some companies I think you know. He established right now the Mizuho Bank, the first bank in Japan. Right now his name is Mizuho. Also, he built the Asahi beer. He also established the Imperial Hotel. He also established Sakura Breweries and Tokyo Marine, it's a Japanese company, Tokyo Gas, Tokyo Corporation, Keihan Electric Railways. So he was a kind of entrepreneur, establishing a lot of companies, and most of his company headquarters were at the Nihonbashi area. Yep. So also this bridge is called the Tokiwa Bridge, but the offshore Tokiwa Bridge is over there. The main street from the castle is that bridge. Oh, the name of that guy is Eiichi Shibusawa. Eiichi Shibusawa. So this is outside moat of the Edo Castle, okay? And from here, it's the Nihonbashi area, which is also the old this quarter of Edo, Tokyo. And that building is Bank of Japan, designed by the architect Kingo Tatsuno, which same architecture which he designed of the Tokyo Station. Hey Maruo-san, thank you for the super chat. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. Hope you're gonna enjoy one of the beautiful view of the Tokyo, the Bank of the Japan. Cherry blossom. Let me cross the street and show you. Doesn't change. The signal doesn't change. So it says that the Edo Sakura Dori, the Edo is the old name of Tokyo. And right now this is, we call it the Nichikin Street, the Bank of Japan Street. Not a lot of tour book or the foreign tourists mention about this area, but also it's one of the hidden place. I mean, it's a kind of off-beaten track place for the cherry blossom. It's beautiful, right? Let me change it to the detail so you can check how beautiful it is. So it looks like this, right? I'm so Let me take a photo. It's so beautiful. And that is Bank of Japan. Okay? It's built in 1890. One of the oldest remaining Western building in Tokyo. So the 1880s, 1890s was westernization. The top priority of the Japanese government was westernization. So the government built a lot of Western style buildings. So a lot of architects went to Europe, studied about Western architecture, and brought back to Japan and made those buildings. There are a lot of them in Tokyo. It represents of the westernization, the modern, from the old samurai era to the start for the developing country, okay? Right? became Western style with more Europe. So at 1870s, 1880s, the US was still tired from the Civil War. And the country was almost destroyed because of the Civil War, right? So Japanese, we also went to America, but also we went to Europe. Especially France, Germany, and the UK. So beautiful. So well, in the middle of the street, they should do the pedestrian. I mean, they should shut down the street for pedestrians. So beautiful. I'm taking photos. Sorry. Not a lot of people, right? If you go to the like a best cherry blossom place in Tokyo, if you Google it, Ueno Park, Nakameguro River Place, Yoyogi Park, it's packed with people and tourists. But here, only few locals know. Still a lot of people, but you don't have any stress, right? This is the center of Tokyo. It's a Nihonbashi area. Beautiful, right? Let's get. You want to see more of Bank of Japan? No? This building is the Mitsui Honka, the Mitsui, the big conglomerate company in Japan. We call it the Zaibatsu. It's also the Western style building, right? Alright, so it's easy. This place, the Bank of Japan, the Sakura Street. Okay. Let me take a photo again. It's so beautiful. Today is also kind of my photo taking day, so let me take a picture. Sorry. Can we go in the tour, this BOJ, Bank of Japan? They don't have the tour, but in the opposite side, there's the currency museum, so you can go there. Museum. One of the representative of the Japanese architect in the late early 20th century. The Western style buildings. Walking from the Bank of Japan, side of the Bank of Japan, and I'll show you the main street of Edo, Tokyo. Arrow, yes, it looks like a Marunouchi area, but it's the opposite side of the Marunouchi area. So interesting thing is this area is it's most of the company, a lot of companies related to the Eiichi Shibusawa, which I mentioned before. I showed you the statue, right? The one of the father of the capitalism of Japan, and his business now located at this Nihonbashi area, the downtown area of Tokyo, Edo, Tokyo. And the Marunouchi area is also another big entrepreneur in that era, the Yataro Iwasaki, the founder of the Mitsubishi. He's not a founder of the Mitsubishi. He's not a father of the capitalism, but his thought was monopolize, domain the business will be grow. That was his policy and philosophy. And the Yataro Iwasaki, the founder of Mitsubishi, and also the Eiichi Shibusawa, the founder of Bank of Japan, they live in the same era, but their philosophy was different. So, and their headquarters was in Marunouchi area and also the Nihonbashi area. So both two areas represent those two big entrepreneurs' philosophy. So the Marunouchi area we call it the Mitsubishi village. It's all domained occupied by the Mitsubishi group. But here, this area, different companies own the land and buildings, different business. So that's why it's different. Center is the Tokyo Station, and the south part is Marunouchi area, which we call it the Mitsubishi town. And the other side is this Nihonbashi area, the downtown of Tokyo. So it's also both are the important business district, but the atmosphere is different because if you go back to the founder, their philosophy towards the business was different. Okay? So that reflects to the town. All right, so the Bank of Japan building right now, and you remember the street I mentioned? I mean, at the old highway, the Tokiwa Bridge. I told you it's the gate of the Edo Castle. If you go in the old days, there was no building of Bank of Japan, so it was straight to this. This was the old highway to go to the Nikko. So in the old days, the shogun get out from that gate and march, use this road to go to the Nikko or travel to the other place. Okay? And why there is the Bank of Japan, this area? Do you guys know? Wagri-san, do you know why Bank of Japan is located in this area? You guys know why Bank of Japan in 1880? Bank of Japan was built 1880, 1890, sorry, I forgot, but at that time, Bank of Japan was built at this area. Do you know the reason why Bank of Japan was built in this area? This restaurant give you the answer. You say Kinza, Kinza. It's a Japanese restaurant. Kinza means the gold making. Okay? So in the old days, before we used the notes, the currency was gold, right? We exchanged silver, gold for the product instead of the notes, right? So in the old days, at the Edo period, this place was the kind of manufacturing area for making the gold coins, which we use at the Edo era. We call it the kin. Kin means gold. So that's why the Bank of Japan was built here, after we changed our currency to notes instead of the gold. Okay? So Kinza reminds Japanese people, oh, okay, so this place was the place to make the gold currency in that Edo period. Alright, so let's keep walking to the center street of the Nihonbashi area, No, it's not Ginza. Ginza, so this is Kinza, kin. Kin means gold, okay? And the Ginza, the famous shopping district, one of the most expensive district, shopping district in Japan is Ginza, right? I think you know Ginza. Gin is the silver. So Ginza in the old days was the place to make the silver coins. You get it? You get the idea? Right. So I'm here at the Nihonbashi Muromachi area. There's a famous department store Mitsukoshi, and also a lot of shopping malls here. And it's very near to the Ginza, but this place is a little bit different. The atmosphere is. The Ginza is more for the old rich people, but here it's for more, of course, for the rich people, but it's more for the locals living around this area. And this area, this Nihonbashi area, is, I told you, it's an old quarter of Tokyo in the old days, right? So there are a lot of long business. A lot of small enterprise doing their business 300, 400 years old. We call it the shinise, the old the enterprise, which is still doing the business till now. Okay. So this building also is the Mitsui Memorial. I have the Mitsui Memorial Museum. It's a great building, right? It's a great building. All right. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. I hope you're enjoying this tour today. I hope it's interesting and also enjoying the beautiful view of the cherry blossom as well. Okay, let me turn around my camera. Thank you very much. Beautiful, right? And of course, the super famous, the department store, the Mitsukoshi, is this building. Okay. And of course, cherry blossoms. It's very sophisticated, right? This area. And also this building, also one of the famous building, the Mitsui Honkan. We saw the opposite side when we walked back to Japan, but this is the front side. Historical building for the Mitsui Corporation. It's a big conglomerate company. And the Mitsukoshi department. So Japan, there are a lot of department stores. Mitsukoshi, Isetan, Odakyu, the department, Takashimaya, right? But this Mitsukoshi, this department is one of the highest grade in terms of those department store, the best of the best, the high grade. They have a status. Okay. All right, let's keep walking. the Edo Street. Oh, just give you some. I forgot to give you the information. So, it's not important information, but interesting things I want to share is I'm not a professional but architect. One of my friends told me he's architect, and he told me this area in the old days had a rule that can you recognize the height of the building, the old building. Okay, height, right? The old part. Also this one as well. The height of the old buildings is same, right? You can recognize the height of the old buildings is same. I'm sorry, it's difficult to describe by this camera, but you can recognize the height is same. So he said that it's 33 meters. 33 meters. Why 33 meters? They make it restriction in the old days to maintain the height of the building on this street 33 meters, because in the old days when the fire happens, the maximum length of the ladder was 33 meters. Okay. So that's why they have to maintain it in 33 meters. Get the idea? Yeah, 33 or 30 miles. But the reason is, but in the old days, it was the firefighters and the fire car, the ladder was 30. The maximum height length was 33 to help the people. Okay? So this area at this main street, the those historical buildings, the height is 33 meters. Just a small things. So also those buildings, right? They remained old part and built the new buildings up above the old buildings. All right, and now this is also, it's not very new, but I think it's was built around several years ago. The Koredo Muromachi is a big shopping district. So beside of the Ginza, you can also come here. It's not that crazy crowded, and it's well designed. A lot of old, I know, I think those enterprise, they have there are famous restaurants. They have their flagship shop around this area. So yeah. Also, this Bunmeido is very famous. You know, the Bunmei is a civilization. The civilization, Bunmeido. And they sell those famous castella, like a pound cake. So delicious. Alright. Let me keep going. take a beautiful photo of this street for cherry blossom. I have to be careful of the car. Taking a photo. Alright. Let's keep going. Electric kickboard, nice. I think this area you don't need to wear headgear. So Carl, so there's no honeybees sucking the it's difficult to see how it's changed. Oh, it's difficult. See the double? Yep. No, yes. It's like a pink and white. Still, this one is not full bloom. The Tokyo government said please do not do the Hanami party this year, please. But right now, a lot of restrictions are lifted, and the quality state of emergency is also lifted. So I think a lot of Japanese people, we didn't do Hanami since 2020. I mean, we did in 2020 or 21. We didn't do Hanami last year, so I think a lot of Japanese people are going crazy. So the Miyuki-san will do the how do you say the cherry blossom tour from Ueno Park. I'm supposed to do it today, but it's packed with people. I think it's not a good time to do the live stream because it's Sunday, a lot of people, and I was worried about my internet connection because it's so crowded, it's crazy. It's back as normal, and I cannot have a lot of time to show you beautiful scenery, so decided to come to this area to show you kind of off-beaten track. I mean, not an off-beaten track, but only some Tokyo locals know. Okay, the place only locals know, kinda. Sorry, I hate this way. And I'll show you another famous cherry blossom, very nice, beautiful area in the center of Tokyo. And thinking to wrap up the tour, but still, the tour will keep going. I want to show you one more place. It's an amazing place. The Hanami. Hanami means the flower watching. Of course, our people love to do the Hanami, right? Under the beautiful cherry blossom, nice weather, hanging out with the friends, family, and keep drinking from the daytime, right? It's an excuse to have a drink, right? And when I saw when I do some research about the Hanami, we have a long history about the Hanami. So in 8th century, 6th century, already the Hanami was there in Japan. And in that time, the Hanami, the main flower was the plum. Okay, the plum flower watching. And that was in the old days, the Hanami. Okay? And the Hanami was mostly for the aristocrats. So they write a lot of poem about the ume flower. Ume, the plum, is represent of the spring, the official announcement of the spring. Okay, so, and also it's only for the aristocrat. And the plum flower, it said that it came from China and planted to Japan, and it bloomed in around February, late February, getting warm, cold, those kind of cold, getting warmer. So it's early spring, but it's let us know, oh, the spring came, right? So in the old days, the official Hanami, old days means 7th, 8th century. The Hanami for Japanese people or for the plum blossom. And time goes on. And in the 16th century, still the Hanami, the main Hanami shifts to the Yamazakura, the mountain sakura, the native species of the cherry blossom in Japan. And also it's also for the samurai. They have the garden, plants the sakura. Plants the sakura to their garden, to their home, and inviting the family and doing the small Hanami flower watching, enjoying the new spring with the family. It's only for the samurai. But at the end of, I told you, the 16th century, the guy who built the Osaka castle, Hideyoshi Toyotomi, he opened up the temple, the private area, to the commoners, to let them enjoy the Hanami. So around that time, 17th century, 16th, 17th century is one of the era that Japanese commoners start to enjoy the Hanami, the flower watching. Okay? And around middle of the 17th century, one of the planters living in the Somei area. Somei, right now, that's the old name of the Tokyo area. There was a village called Somei village. And one of the planter of Somei, he grew the Somei Yoshino Sakura tree, which is now popular in Japan right now. Somei Yoshino skis doesn't only bloom on the spring, doesn't make the fruits, but it was very beautiful. And the Somei Yoshino always bloom at the same time, all the same species. So it became popular all around Japan to plant the Somei Yoshino to their garden at the town everywhere. And people start to enjoy the hanami. Well, this is another type of the cherry blossom. It's more pink than the Somei Yoshino. It's a Ryoko Sakura. So start to learn about the cherry blossoms with you guys. They have the explanation. So this Ryoko Sakura is mixed with the Yoshino Sakura and the Kanzakura. The Kanzakura is one of the species that which bloom at the winter. So it's a mixed species. Okay? So in Japan, a lot of planters mix a lot of different species and create the original one. So that's why there's a lot of different type of sakura. Same as the iris flower. That's also established at the Edo period. So a lot of planters mix different type of flower and make it a new species. And color, shape, this is also the same one. This is the Japan Daya building, Daya building. It's also created by founded by the Eiichi Shibusawa, which I mentioned before in the early part of the tour. Yes, also it's a historical building. It was established 1930, so before the World War II, after the big earthquake, before the World War II. Yep. Most of the flower doesn't have a smell. So you imagine that the cherry blossom will make fruits, cherry fruits, and the flower will smell lovely, but those generate mixed cherry blossoms, a new type of those cherry blossoms. They don't have the fruits. Mostly they don't have water. Just beautiful. I mean, it's only the flowers. And the Somei Yoshino, let's go back to the Somei Yoshino. So the planter at the Edo period lived in the Somei village, created the Somei Yoshino. And at the 19th century, at the Meiji Restoration, the new Meiji government planted those Somei Yoshino all around Japan. And it became popular. And also, the Somei Yoshino at the Washington DC is also the same, right? Yes. I came to this area before. This is the Kabuto Jinja. Kabuto is a headgear. And this is also one of the oldest shrine in Tokyo, almost 1,000 years ago. So kabuto is a headgear. It's a headgear for the samurai warrior, right? The armor, the headgear, katana, sword, spears, and Mitsubaki. If you see this flower, it means that this related to the Minamoto family. I don't want to. I will not go into much of the details. And right now I'm walking behind the building of the Tokyo Exchange. I told you the founder, this Eiichi Shibusawa, also create the stock exchange and bring the market to Japan at late 19th century. And also I told you he is the founder of the first bank in Japan. Oh, by the way, this K5 is a hotel. I think that some of you stay out here. This is a hotel. A lot of people who work in the finance stay at this hotel because the other side is the Tokyo Stock Exchange, and this area, a lot of security companies, bank. It's the center of the financial district as well. So a lot of people related to the finance from overseas stay around this area, the hotel. So still the old buildings. So in Tokyo, there are two different types of, that's too big, but if I categorize those buildings, there you can categorize to two. So one is, three. Before the big earthquake, 1923. Tokyo had a big earthquake in 1923. Most of the buildings collapsed and big fire happened. A lot of buildings gone, 1923. The next one is 1945, the second one. Before 1945, after 1923, before 1945, the World War II. Tokyo had a lot of air raids, so a lot of buildings was burned down. And after the World War II, 1945. So there's three different types of the buildings. Okay, to categorize it roughly. Before the earthquake, after the earthquake, before the war, and after the World War II. And right now, unfortunately, you know the Mizuho Bank? Japan have a three big bank, Mizuho, Mitsubishi, and SMBC. And Mizuho is the first bank in Japan. So we saw the statue, right? Eiichi Shibusawa. He is the founder of Japan. This place is the first bank in Japan. Okay. And 1872, the bank will look like this. It was built by this guy. Also still the old ukiyo-e style. It looks like this in the 1880s. And this is the second generation building, 1902. 1902. And also this guy Tatsuno Kingo, I told you his architect designed the Tokyo Station, Japan Bank of Japan, and also this bank as well. But they say that at 1922, the big earthquake struck in Tokyo, okay? And this is the result, all gone. And the third one is this. It was replaced to 1976. It was replaced to this ugly building right now. Unfortunately. So this area we call it the Kabutocho, the headgear town. Okay, and of course the start of the bank, and also there was his home was there, Nisho Kaigan. We walked here, right? We went to this shrine, right? And we are here. And also if you watch carefully, there's a famous shrine here, shrine, also the birthplace of electric light supply in Japan. Okay. And also birthplace of postal service in Japan. So a lot of business, a lot of Western service started around this area. Why? Because I told you this Eiichi Shibusawa, he lived around this area. He created the stock exchange, he created the first bank, he created a lot of things, a lot of business started around this area. So that's why this area is the center of the business. So let's head to the another area, and I want to show you the cherry blossoms, the beautiful cherry blossom street. I think you've never been there, but Tokyo locals know. So Tokyo itself has more than 1,000-year history, and of course different from each era, each century. It's difficult to see the remain of the historical things in Tokyo because it was destroyed by the fire, earthquake, war, but some are remain. And also, of course, they keep maintain. I mean, the history is still keeps living in the locals, also in the buildings, and also in the people. So our job, I mean, the tour guide's job is. One of the important tour guide's job is, of course, you have to know about the history, you have to know about the place, and also you have to combine them to make it like a story and present and make a presentation. And also we have to keep telling to people and bring it down to the generation otherwise you'll be forgotten and you won't understand the importance of the area, the history, the reason why this building is here, why the first bank of Japan was located in that area, right? So I think my definition of the tour guide is that know about the history, research, and combine them into a story and make a presentation. And also, this building called Kabuto 1. It's a commercial building, but when you come here, if you come here, don't forget to see this red stone and touch it. So it's also explained in English. Yes. So this is a red stone of discount Eiichi Shibusawa. In 1873, Shibusawa Eiichi established one of the oldest bank and oldest stock company in Japan. Daiichi Ginko, located in Nihonbashi Kabutocho, blah 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 blah. And this red stone was mined in Sado Island, Niigata Prefecture, and was placed in Shibusawa newly built residence at Nihonbashi in 1888 as a prayer of the prosperity of Japanese economy. Shibusawa cherished the red stone for the rest of his life. He allocated the red stone with his house to Mita Tamachi in 1908. In 1949, Shibusawa's grandson, Keizo Shibusawa, a former governor of the Bank of Japan, blah 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 blah. Okay. So this stone carries this Shibusawa. This is the father of the capitalism of Japan, his spirits. In Japanese people, we believe that this have a strong power. Strong power. So, okay. So if you visit this area, don't forget to touch this red stone. Oh, by the way, this building I changed. Before I start to do this job, I work in 2 companies, and this building, this is a new building, but before this building, my first company, which I started my professional career, the headquarters was this. This. Yes, sweet. You know that the red stone is now in the new building Kabutowa, and that building, my previous company's headquarters was here. And right now this area is called the Kayabacho. You can see Kayabacho. It's center of the, of course, the stock exchange market, stock exchange place, right? And a lot of security companies here. So also this part is center of the finance. Security company, right? I'm so happy today that I can see the cherry blossoms with no stress. I told you, if you go to the famous cherry blossom places, packed with people. Packed with people. But here, less, because it's like to work there. I mean, it's a business area. People don't work on the Saturday, Sunday, right? But if you come here at the work day, packed with business person. So today is the only day that you can enjoy the beautiful cherry blossoms and the peaceful time. Okay. You know what building this is? I mean, you know what this building is for? This is a elementary school. brand new, and the playground was here. But they make this playground to a park, and they remove the playground for kids on the rooftop. The rooftop. The elementary school, which have the playground at the rooftop. Tokyo limited space, you know, so use place wisely. It's elementary school suite. It's 1 hour 30 minutes. So it's a little bit long tour as usual, isn't it? But let's keep going. So a lot of Japanese people love to see these kind of old remained buildings. I think this is before the World War II. This building here. And some pink buildings. And today's the final cherry blossom destination. Wow, beautiful. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, vending machines everywhere, yes. Alright, so here we are. I have to launch out the car. This is one of the famous place of the cherry blossom watching place in Tokyo. It's a street. Go down to the riverside, and you can go all the way down to the Tokyo Station. I mean, from Tokyo Station, it's all the way down to the riverside. Let's see. And today is the best day. I mean, best day to take photo. It's crowded, yeah. It's a little bit pity, but you know, less people, right? Less people, less car. Cherry blossom bloom today. The best day to see. Let's start from the edge, don't we? Yeah, you can. Like this. You cannot believe this is Tokyo, right? This is center of Tokyo. I'm taking a photo. What's on the car? You can see. It's all the way down to the Tokyo Station. I have to watch out the car. car. Only locals know. Recently, it's getting popular, but not that very popular to the foreign tourists. Let's watch out. Yeah. So let's so the flower petals start to fall down. We call it the Sakura Fubuki. I think in a few days they're gonna all start to fall down. And the Someyoshino. This is the Someyoshino I told you, one of the hybrid species. You can see when they clone, when they make a new tree, they cut one of the branch and put it to the trunk to another tree, and it starts to grow. So the Someyoshino, all the genes are the same. So that's why they bloom simultaneously all around the country. Depends on the weather, but bloom same time, and petals fall down at the same time because they're all same species, and it's easy to create a new branch. So they cut one of the small branch and migrate to the trunk, and it starts to bloom. So I think after this they're gonna cut it down, this branch, and plant it somewhere else. That's how you increase this Someyoshino. And you see that Someyoshino only lasts around 70-80 years in general. So this is a new one. They planted a new one. Okay. This is, what street is it? This street, let me check it out. I think the Heisei Street. Let me find the street sign. But it's very easy. It starts from the Tokyo Station. So you know, it's not a good thing to do, but you know, center of the street, looks like here, no car. It's not a right thing to do it, but you can only do this on Saturday, because less people, less crowded. Street, let me check it out, the street name later, sorry. Right now, I think there will be a sign. So let's see the other side. I'm taking pictures. Oh, the car is coming, have to be careful. I gotta walk to the end of the Tokyo Station and wrap up the tour. So guys, this is the last part of this tour today. The main part. They keep continuing several, I think 1 or 2 kilometers. Yes, sweet. This street is called Heisei Street. You're right. This street is Heisei Street. I don't know what this street is. People taking photo. Let me join. Yep. Oh. Okay, let's cross the street. Have to be careful. it another try. It's very difficult to describe with your phone or your camera. You have to see by your eyes. Wow. Just amazing. Here we are. So I'm taking photo. Let's see this part. Oh, the car is coming. I'm taking photo. I totally forgot that I'm still doing live streaming. I left you guys behind and I'm taking photos. Aro, you like? Cars are beautiful. Oh, my mother is up. Okay. Watch out the car, watch out the car. I'm saying to myself, I have to watch out the car. Yes. It keeps going till the end of the at the Tokyo station. Or is it from here? This place is a little bit tall, or like this. Sweet, thank you for coming down the place. It has to be me to do this job, but I always thank you for your support. I appreciate your support. Okay, let's keep going. The taxi driver is in the nap time after lunch. What a luxury nap at this area. I'm gonna head to the Tokyo station and say goodbye, okay? I will keep walking the Sakura Namiki Street. Beautiful. Right, this is one of the. This is my recommendation. I mean, last year, sorry, I didn't did it because last year it was our first time to do live streaming from this live streaming of the Sakura. Ueno Park, the Chidorigashi Palace, and the other area. But this is is the second year to do the live streaming for the Sakura. So I thought that let's go someplace off beaten track beside the famous place, because there are a lot of live streamers are doing from those famous places. So I think you'll get bored with those new, those famous, you don't have to get bored, but you wanted to discover another new place, right? So let's go. All right, let's cross this big street and keep continuing the Sakura Avenue. Sakura Namiki is a Sakura Avenue. Oh, by the way, this is the Takashimaya department at Nihonbashi. So it's near the Nihonbashi area Tokyo Station. So it's easy to access. So Saturday, Sunday, for next year, if you come to Japan, Tokyo, at the cherry blossom season, if you can come to Japan next year. I thought that last year, when I did this live stream, I tell you that I'll see you next spring. And I thought that you were the border was already open, but I didn't imagine that I'm doing this Sakura live streaming here without you guys. You were online, but I thought that I was hosting a lot of tourists from all around the world at this spring. But unfortunately this year, Japan is still closed for the tourists, getting better, but I cannot guarantee next year is open or not to the tourists. Okay. Beautiful. Let's keep going. So tomorrow is also the good weather. So I'm thinking to do live stream from Chidorigafuchi, because the weekday less crowded. Of course, it's a very famous area, so it's very packed, but less crowded. So and it depends, but but it depends, but the Thursday, I thought this Thursday still you can see the beautiful cherry blossom. It will be dark, so on Thursday the Miyuki-san gonna do the park tour maybe, but if it depends on the weather and the time. So I don't want to lose the opportunity of the best time of the cherry blossom, the best moment of the cherry blossom. So this street today is the best moment, okay? Because it's full bloom. And if the weather was sunny, beside the weather, the cloudy is good, but beside the weather, heading back to the Nihonbashi area, the busy area. And we're near the Tokyo Station right now. Everybody are taking photo on this side, so let me check it out. Oh, I see. It's like this. Alright. So right now, I'm right now studying. I thought that also the architect tours. I want to do the architects. I want to include the architect in my walking tours because it also gives you the different perspective walking the town. So the best place to take a photo. Right. Oh, you know the right area. I found a blogger, YouTuber. He knows the best place. I need live stream.
Are you a YouTuber?
Yeah. I need live stream.
Oh.
Yeah. Place. Alright, let me stop here a little bit. Of myself. Beautiful is the Kanda building, right? Alright. I will let the space to other people. Alright. Hey Paul, long time no see. How are you doing? Sorry that I was very. I'm still busy. Without streaming or making the videos. Let's see. Join your turn live. Dutch. Alright. It's heading to the street. The street name is Sakura Dori. Sakura Dori is the cherry blossom street. Tokyo Station. One more view. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed some mix with the history. Sorry I couldn't explain the details very well, but I hope you enjoyed watching the cherry blossom and also watching some of the old parts of Tokyo and some architect, right? And on this week, so from today, I told you the cherry blossoms are full bloom. So I will maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll try to do the live stream every day as much as possible. And the last one will be the Ueno Park Thursday. I mean, the Thursday we sell a event, but not sure where we're gonna do it Thursday. It depends on the flower, how the petals are, and the weather. But obviously, I mean, from tomorrow, from today till end of this week, I'll try to keep doing the live stream tour every day from a lot of different spots. Of course, from the famous spots and also from the off-beaten track. There are a lot of off-beaten track place to see the cherry blossoms that the tourist doesn't know. I mean, all right. Tokyo Station, the Eiichi exit. Right now, everything is under construction right now, and all the bus stop gonna go underground. So if you travel to Kyoto or Osaka from Tokyo Station, or if you're arriving to from the airport or whatever, right now the bus station is on the ground floor. But everything to the bus terminal gotta go down the ground. Excuse me. In 2025 or something. Alright. I hope you, and this is the Tokyo Station, so it's easy to access to the Sakura Street, right? Okay, so guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll keep seeing you, showing you my face this week. I won't schedule the live streaming. So if you're on the YouTube, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and also the alarm button. I'm gonna do the pop-up tour without any notification. And also the Facebook folks, don't forget to like our page. Okay, so have a nice Sunday. Take care. Bye.